Thanks for listening to Real Estate Matters.
Perfect.
The views and opinions expressed by the participants on this show are not necessarily those of Stewart Information Services Corporation, Stewart Title, or Stewart Insurance. Before you make any investment, you should seek the advice of your investment advisor or attorney.
Whether you're a real estate broker, realtor, homeowner, buyer, or seller, everything matters when it comes to real estate. This is Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. Stewart Title's Bill Knapik and guests open the door to what really matters in owning, buying, and selling real estate. And now, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title, brought to you by Stewart Insurance. Here to inform, entertain, and inspire, Bill Knapik.
And welcome to the show. It is Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I'm your host, Bill Knapik. Thank you for joining us right here on the big show number 611. And a few things different on this show. I think you're going to find it very entertaining. And, of course, we will have great real estate information, tremendous realtors, and Stewart Title Associates. You're going to learn from them as well. But first, we have a broker-owner of Dynamic Home Pros. She is Bonnie Porter, and she brought two special guests with her today. So we're going to learn about those guests, what they're doing, and, of course, what Bonnie's doing. So first, Bonnie Porter, let's tell people your company is Dynamic Home Pros. Let's tell people a little bit about the company.
So I started it back in COVID, decided to branch out on my own, and I hit the ground running during COVID, and it took off, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
So there you are in the real estate profession. And as far as the marketplace, let's tell people primarily where you're helping buyers and sellers geographically.
Katy, Houston, Austin, Galveston, greater Houston area, really anywhere. Houston. Katy is really a big spot because I live there.
Bonnie, how's the market in Katy? What would you say, generally speaking?
Overall, from what I've seen, it actually is one of the top selling suburbs of Houston right now. It's really growing. There's a lot of job opportunities. A lot of people from California are moving there. There's a lot of master plan communities. It's a great area to raise family if you want to get out of the hustle and bustle of Houston. So.
And you mentioned California. People are still coming from, we heard about that all year. Still coming from California.
Yes.
And they find you.
They find me.
How do they find Bonnie Porter?
Well,
all the way from California.
My brother actually lives in California, so I know a little bit about that and the area, and they just, I guess, feel comfortable with me, using me as their realtor. And
okay, so yeah. And you're here today. You brought two people with you. Let's tell people about the two people that are here today. Bonnie, who are they?
My beautiful daughters. They are little entrepreneur mini-me's. So they want to tell you guys about their cookie company that they started.
Is that right?
Yeah. Eva and Gigi.
Eva and Gigi, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello.
There you go. Well, look, so you're in business, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And you're in the cookie business in baking and things like that. So first of all, Eva, let's tell people, how old are you, first of all, Eva?
I'm 11.
Gigi, how old are you?
I'm 8.
8. Okay. So how did you, and I know, Eva, you have the story to tell, how did you get involved in business and cookie business?
So my parents were working on an investment property in Galveston, and my father was teaching me about how interest works and how loans work and how business works. And I told him, I said, I should start my own business. I could sell cookies at church. And he was like, that's a great idea. I'll give you a loan if your mother agrees. So that evening, I asked my mom for permission, and she said yes. So the next day, we go to Hobby Lobby, and we get boxes to package our cookies in. And we bake cookies all evening, and the next day, we sell cookies at church.
So you asked for permission.
Yes.
Second, you asked for a loan.
Mm-hmm.
So and you got the loan from your mom?
Yes.
Did she charge you interest?
No, sir.
Well, that's pretty right off the bat. That was a smart move.
Yes.
How much was the loan for?
It was about $100.
Really?
Yes.
And did you pay it back?
Yes.
Also, let's tell people that are listening about how long ago you had this idea where you went to your dad and then your mom. How long ago?
That was about a year ago.
And so far, so you're a year in business, and I would imagine you learned a lot of lessons.
Yes.
Now, Gigi, let's tell people, here you are, your older sister. It sounds like did she have the idea first?
Yes.
And then she brought you into the party, right?
Yes, sir.
So what were you thinking when she said, hey, I think we should be in the cookie business? Did she talk to you before she talked to your dad?
She talked to my dad first about it.
And then how did she get you in the business?
It wasn't really her. My mom brought me.
So then you were recruited because your mom probably wanted to make sure that the money was in good hands.
Yes, sir.
That sounds good. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
But you were I would imagine you'd be happy to have an extra helper, right? This is a big business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. You don't,
Yeah.
so don't feel
I
bad,
think Eva
Gigi.
wanted all the profits.
Right. So that's a good point. So that's part of the business lesson. It sounds like then you're going to make a little bit of profit,
Yes.
and now you're splitting it with your sister.
Yes, sir.
Is that right, Gigi? You making any money over there?
Yes, sir.
The girls aren't just selling cookies, right, for profit, but it was also part of you were wanting to help, and part of this was, let's tell people where the helping.
Originally, it started off as me wanting to teach them entrepreneurship. I told Eva and Gigi, if you guys know how to sell, you can succeed at anything in life because you're able to talk to people, you're able to communicate with people. So it's very, very important to teach this lesson early on. I've owned businesses my whole life. My first job was actually working for myself. I raised money when I was their age baking. We come from a long line of bakers. My German grandmother, her parents, and my great-grandparents owned 3 cafes in Germany. We love to bake. It's been an interesting journey, and I've seen them grow and become better at speaking to people and not being as shy. I think it's a great lesson for them to learn. And honestly, it really took off. It originally, like I said, was me trying to teach them entrepreneurship and the value of money and how hard it is to earn money. It ended up being a legitimate family business. So hopefully we'll be looking at commercial locations the beginning of next year. So it's really taken off.
Well, also, let's back up. There was the part of Cookies Across America.
Yeah,
Let's tell
that was
people.
so much fun. We actually had a lot of sponsors that helped us with that tour. Toyota of Katy is one of our big supporters. But we went probably 5,500 miles traveling, driving across America this month, actually, celebrating 250 years of America, freedom. And we went to veterans, first responders. We went to fire stations. We would just randomly go to different places.
Randomly?
Yes, different
You just showed
cities
up?
Just showed up.
With 2 girls?
Yes.
And cookies?
And cookies. And a lot of these videos are on our Instagram. Super cool, super fun. We got to see a lot of smiles on people's faces. One comment that we had on one of the videos, we went to Spokane, Washington. We didn't even know Hoop Fest was going on. So we go to Hoop Fest, which apparently is a huge deal. They have once a year, and we gave cookies to a group of firefighters. Well, the wife gets on her Instagram later on when we posted the video about it and said, you actually gave cookies to my husband. He had to walk a ton of miles that day, and the cookies really helped him. You know, they were like a little pick-me-up for him. So it just cool seeing people all across America commenting on our social media and watching it grow as we launched our nationwide shipping program. So, and giving back to the community. It was just fun.
So here it is, Eva. This idea not only got you into the cookie business, you and your sister and family, right? Mm-hmm. But also, you all took a trip from your perspective. What was that like when you went maybe to Washington State? You probably saw places you've never been before.
Yes. So the scenery was definitely really pretty, and it was fun to experience all the new places that I've never been to.
Is there one or 2 places that really stood out to you that you said, man, I'd like to go back there again?
Definitely Glacier National Park. That place was awesome. It was really pretty, and we had a lot of fun there.
And Gigi, what about you? Do you remember Glacier National Park?
Yes, sir.
And did you have any favorite places that you liked?
I like Spokane.
Spokane, Washington?
Yes.
And what was the weather like there?
It was sunny and pretty.
Sunny and pretty.
We actually did the northern part, but then we ended up turning around. We were supposed to go all the way through LA and meet up with some other investors from Century Communities, or I say investors, I'm so used to real estate, some sponsors for the tour. Century Communities was one of our sponsors, and I was going to meet with one of their reps. But the fires broke out in Colorado, and my grandmother lives there. She's 87, so we ended up having to turn back.
Gigi, did you see any ocean at all during the trip?
Yes, sir.
And that was in Oregon?
Oregon coastline, yes.
So what about you? Did you enjoy that? The Pacific Ocean's pretty nice, right?
Yes.
Give us an idea as far as right now, people can buy these cookies, I understand.
Yes.
You have them here today. Let's tell people the website, Eva. What's your website in case someone wants to reach out and they say, hey, I hear these cookies are great. Mm-hmm. What should they do?
They can go to our online website. It's evaandgigisbakery.com, and they can order cookies from there.
evaandgigisbakery.com.
Yes.
Now, what else is on the website if they look at that? They'll see the different kinds of cookies.
They will see the different kinds of cookies that we have, and we also have our story listed of how we got started on our website as well.
So then here you are. Again, you're in business for a year, and you're learning some lessons. I would imagine you're busier with the cookie business in the summer, like right now. And then what happens when school starts? Are you going to still be working?
Yes, so we usually sell on the weekends. We do farmers markets every Saturday.
And Gigi, do you go to the farmers market too?
Yes, sir.
And you're learning sales. What do you think about sales so far?
I think it's pretty good.
Pretty good? Can you make some money, you think?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
That you can order cookies on our website, and that we make homemade cookies with no preservatives.
No preservatives. And what kind of cookies are they? What's your favorite, by the way?
My favorite cookie is our red velvet. That has always been an all-time favorite flavor for me.
You like that? What about, do you have chocolate chips?
Yes, we do chocolate chip cookies, red velvet. We do lemon cookies, blueberry lemon. We make a lot of flavors.
I think the chocolate chip is a classic.
Yes. evaandgigisbakery.com.
evaandgigisbakery.com. Well, Gigi, what do you think? Are you going to go back to school pretty soon? You getting excited?
Yes.
What grade are you going to be in?
I'm going to be in 4th.
And Bonnie, if someone needs help buying or selling real estate, what should they do?
Definitely give me a call. My phone number is 832-297-2277. They can go on my website, which is dynamichomepro.com. I'm on Instagram, Bonnie Sells TX. So you can find me anywhere. Just Google my name. 832-297-2277.
Ladies, thanks for being with us.
Absolutely.
Yes, of course.
Thank you for having us.
As we continue, let's talk to Oscar Martinez. He is with Hudson Realty Partners. Hey, Oscar, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
Well, it's good to see you. So first of all, Hudson Realty Partners,
Yeah.
that is. Let's tell people you have a unique role in the real estate world. Let's tell people what you're doing for the company.
So I primarily work with landlords that are either for retail leasing and for sale. So what that means is that if I have a client or I have somebody that has a retail center, the primary goal of a retail center is obviously to find tenants, typically commercial business, to occupy those spaces. These retail centers can be anywhere from 2,000 to 100,000 square feet, depending on the size. My job is essentially to find qualified tenants for the landlords, and I've been blessed that these landlords also want to get to almost 100% occupancy and then turn around and list these centers for sale. So I both work with them as their agent to fill the space, but also to list it on the investment market for sale as well.
Well, that's kind of interesting because sometimes, let's go to the leasing part of it, because
Yeah.
I know as I drive, and others that are driving around maybe right now, but as I drive around the city and you see plenty of the retail spaces and centers and so forth, and there's some that don't have anybody there, that they're looking to lease the places. and then some that are full or somewhere in between. But I always wonder, how hard is it to find tenants for these places? This is what you're doing. So tell us about how that evolves and who are the right tenants and how you find them.
It really starts with a good relationship with the landlord, the owner of the property, and being able to set the expectations they have and what kind of tenants they want in their space. Some tenants or some landlords are going to want primarily a medical focus, or they're going to want primarily a retail focus. To find what it is that they want to occupy their space is number one, and then to go out and find the qualified tenants or advertise and market to bring those in is the second part of that. So it's there's multiple lanes on this street to be able to find the right people to put them in the right spot on the right spots.
So then you would talk to the landlord, and like you said, it might be a medical situation,
Sure.
or there might be the one where, I don't know why I'm thinking about dry cleaners and small restaurants in the thing, but you'll talk to the landlord, and then once you get that marching order, let's say it's not so specific as medical, but maybe it's something more variety. How do you go about finding that the tenants?
So let's say, for example, we're looking for retail and a restaurant. It will be whether the landlord wants maybe a national brand or they want something local. A lot of landlords like working with local or more startup like restaurants and retail centers. And some, if they are looking more for an immediate sale or to turn around and flip a property, they want more of a national brand in that space. It just creates more of a solid offering memorandum when we're able to put that out to the public. But really, when it comes down to it, it's about expanding your client base. And I'll tell you, Bill, it's a lot of calls. It's a lot of calling, whether it's going to be for retail or for restaurants. It's a lot of contact making with all the different restaurants and retail centers and decision makers of those centers to let them know what you have available in the different spaces or different areas.
And thinking about first of all, when you mention national brands, all of a sudden I'm thinking all the different sandwich shops that are out there.
That's right.
And then also I think about from a business standpoint, I don't know, I've never had a restaurant, but sometimes we hear people say, wow, restaurants are such a tough business. And I would imagine they are because there's so much competition, so many things that you have to do. It's got to be good all the time and so forth. So many things go into the restaurant thing, but it's also fascinating.
It absolutely is. And I'll tell you, what we would call the build out for restaurants, depending on the jurisdiction or the area and the municipality that they're in, can be much higher than anticipated when you first go into that field. And so that's why a lot of people will look for those national brand tenants, because they have a little bit more of that capital up front to put into a build out for a certain retail space, where a startup is going to be a little tougher to come up with that initial capital for a build out for a restaurant.
Now, how did you get into this sector of real estate? Because it sounds like every real estate professional, if they're selling, helping buyers and sellers with residential homes, then you have those that are in the commercial space. How did you evolve into this special area? Because it takes I would imagine it takes a lot of extra knowledge when you're dealing with restaurants, building a restaurant space out. You're dealing with a medical office, building that out depending on the nature of the practice and so forth. How'd you get to this realm, and are you having fun, Oscar?
Number one, absolutely, I'm having fun. I will tell you, I originally got into real estate, and I started in the medical field or in the medical realm of real estate. And the reason being, I spent close to 2 decades as a 911 paramedic actually in Montgomery County. That's where I started my upbringing in this area, was as a first responder. And I had started a few businesses, and I was approached by a few real estate firms to come in and help with their sales department. And that kind of led to me going into real estate and the medical world because of my background. My ability to communicate and put a deal together really was my strong suit. And so they were able to kind of shift me into more of a land and retail focus. And so that's kind of where my background comes from.
So you have a lot of great knowledge. You're
a
good guy to have around.
Well, I don't know about that.
In the real estate world and elsewhere.
Yes, sir.
And then generally, as far as the company, what else does Hudson do?
Hudson Realty Partners, they're full spectrum. All right, they're able to do everything from selling and buying residential to commercial and when I say land for development. And that's my other strong suit or my other focus, is that I work with investment groups to find properties to build out, whether it be master plan communities or multifamily developments. With that being said, there's a lot of steps to go through that, depending on the area, the municipality, and the rules and everything. Communication with council, economic development councils, et cetera, to make sure that my client has what they need in a certain area. It's a lot of steps, and it's a lot of the knowledge base has to be strong.
Let's tell people, in case they don't know, multifamily developments. What does that mean?
Apartment complex.
There you go.
I should have just started with that. I'm sorry. That's right. So apartments, and to be able to find the right area for developers to put in apartments is another one of my specialties.
As I look around, it seems like there's a lot of apartments that have just emerged.
Right.
Or as I'm driving, I don't know, maybe 99 or who knows what, you see stuff being done in the distance. Mm-hmm. Some of those projects could be apartments being built.
Absolutely.
And probably are.
They are, yes. And along with that, a lot of times you see these developments where you have an apartment complex, essentially a little setback from the roadway, and we have what's called a retail frontage road. So we have that retail at the front where you have your, let's say, for example, your barber, your nail salon, your restaurant, et cetera. And then we have behind that a multifamily apartment complex that is able to fit the needs of that area.
And geographically, are you spending time in one area more than the other, or where have you been, let's say, helping your last clients, the last 10 clients?
Primarily out of Conroe. I really love working out of Conroe. That's where our base is, and that's where my foundation is out of Conroe. Conroe, Texas, I mean, since the last census in 2020, we've had an increase of, the population has gone up 5% every year, with almost a 40% increase in population since 2020. It's one of the largest population increases throughout the state of Texas for a city like that. And with Conroe, if you look at it geographically on the map, being north of Houston, we have growth going to the east and west, where there's other cities that are landlocked by different water structures. So we're able to expand east and west out of Conroe, and we've seen a lot of success there, not only for ourselves but for our clients.
To say there's Conroe is growing would be kind of an understatement, right?
I think it is an understatement, yes, sir.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, almost 40% increase in population since 2020.
And also from your perspective as being involved in the businesses that serve the people that live in a given area, A, the businesses, B, the apartment complexes.
Right.
I mean, you would be, I would think, an expert on if someone said, hey, Oscar, tell us about the growth. I mean, I could see you being on panels of where they're talking about growth and this and that, right?
Absolutely. We've had great communication or great collaborations not only with economic development councils on East Montgomery County, but also over on the west side in for example, North Tomball area. We are seeing, and that's flirting with the Harris County line as well, but that area as well, we see growth that is just unparalleled to other areas of the state.
So then, let's go back to the apartments for a second. In the Conroe area, Are there developments that you've been a part of in Conroe or around that area?
Yeah, so there's been a few. I'd say my specialty or my investment groups that I'm working with right now. We're specializing in 3 to 6 acre plats that we're looking at, roughly 50 what we call doors, 50 units per apartment complex. Per development. And so we're working with a few different developers in that area right now. Currently, ground has been broke on these, and so we're moving in the right direction with these. So, yeah.
So then you help them find, if I want to, let's say, hey, Oscar, I want to build an apartment complex for, like your number, 50 units.
Sure.
1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, all those different kinds. And I say, man, I don't know where to put it, but I know I want to be in Conroe. Can you get some land where we could do this?
Absolutely.
You're on the job.
That's me. Not only do we have the ability to go and find it, but we have a great selection or catalog of individuals that may be off market that are ready to move on property, but they just haven't found the right buyer or the right time to go. And so we have a lot of resources in that area, and we're blessed with that.
And I would imagine just on either sector with the commercial that you're doing, but also the apartments, I would think it'd be kind of fun as you're probably tracking the time that you sold the land to the developer that's going to build the apartments.
Yeah.
So from whatever date that was until they have the balloons up,
and the Better Business Bureaus on site,
and they have the balloons up,
That's it.
and they're having people come in to look at the properties,
Yeah.
and they're leasing their first, second, third, and fourth units, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you track that just to say, hey, I was part of that? And
I
there
do.
you
I
go.
get a little pride in that, so I like
Maybe
to
take a picture or two.
I'd take a few. Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
I love being part of that from start to finish.
Yeah.
There's a bit of pride to be said when you see these projects come together. Because as much as it's not just finding property, we take pride in being able to help our clients not only find the property but assist with, for example, zoning changes or commercial, all these different parts of purchasing a property and developing that property that is more than just a shovel. It's a lot of approval and permitting that most people don't recognize or realize, and so it's great to be part of it from start to finish.
I'd imagine every project is different, but take the example that I just gave back to the apartment
Sure.
to where you closed on the land.
Yeah,
They go in and start their building, and from that time to where, again, that first rental,
sure.
first lease is signed, what is that, a year?
Year to 18 months, I'd say.
Year to 18 months.
I mean, that's a very rough number, I can tell you,
Right.
but a year to 18 months from start to finish.
Pretty exciting.
It is.
So when you're not in the real estate world helping landlords, developers, things like that, what do you do in your spare time just to stay balanced?
Balanced. So I'm very fortunate. I have a beautiful 11-year-old daughter. Her name's Stella. She's a junior pro golfer out in Magnolia, and so
Golfer.
yes, sir. Yeah, so she's out there. Don't let that fool you. I cannot golf. My sweet daughter can golf. I'm not the golfer in the family, but she's a junior pro golfer out in Magnolia, and so we spend a lot of time at the course and at whatever school function she has currently. But that's my main focus, is being a good dad.
And her name is?
Stella.
Probably listening right now. She's
She
saying,
is
hey, that's my dad
That's
talking
right.
about my golfing skills.
That's right. She's probably has her head in her hands right
Yeah.
now, but she's proud. I know she is. Yeah, she was very excited about this opportunity too.
pretty exciting with the golf clubs for that age, I would imagine, to see the development.
Absolutely. So I put a club in her hand about 4 years ago, and she hasn't
Really?
looked back. So I've been blessed.
Did you have an idea that she'd like golf, or
No,
was that
you
just
know what? I
chance?
was with a friend, and I was at a friend's wedding in San Antonio, and she asked to help putt because God knows I cannot, and she was able to assist me a little bit. And she asked for lessons, and she did great. So
It's always interesting to see how we find certain things we like,
complete
hobbies.
accident.
And
Yeah.
we're talking with Oscar Martinez with Hudson Realty Partners. Well, Oscar,
I want you to know that if you have any commercial needs in the Conroe,
commercial
any commercial needs, any commercial residential needs, Hudson Realty Partners can assist you. If you're looking for land development or a place to start some investment work, I would love to work with you and your group. We have a team together that can handle small to large developments, both small amount of land to large amount of land development, in not only in the Conroe, Montgomery area, but throughout the state of Texas. I will tell you, my specialty is definitely out of the Montgomery County area. If not, we have members and team. We have a team that can assist you in all aspects.
so it sounds like if we want to do that or have an idea, just call Oscar.
Yes, sir.
It's that easy.
I like that.
Oscar, let's tell people. And also, we want to say hello again to your daughter. Keep up the good golfing work, right?
That's right. Thank you.
So let's tell people how they can reach you.
Give me a call, 936-270-1024. 936-270-1024. Also, you can shoot me an email, Oscar at hrptx.com. And that's Oscar at hrptx.com.
Oscar Martinez. Oscar, thanks for being with us.
Hey, thank you, Bill. I appreciate it.
If you're a real estate professional, then listen closely. Cyber criminals are targeting our industry. They are impersonating real estate professionals, homebuyers, sellers, and title agents. Their goal is to gain access to your inboxes, computers, and clients so they can steal information and funds. Does your business insurance offset these risks? Not sure? Contact Stewart Insurance to determine if your business is properly insured. Visit stewartinsurance.com or call 866-798-2827. Visit stewartinsurance.com or call 866-798-2827.
Let me take a minute to talk about Stewart Insurance. Everybody knows, and if you don't, Stewart Title, we're a title company right here in Houston, Texas, with about 17 or so offices. Great business development people, tremendous escrow officers right here in Houston, Texas. Again, many locations here to serve. But in addition, we are also an international company traded on the New York Stock Exchange as STC, where we have locations all over the country. So if you want help with your real estate transaction, simply go to Stewart.com and you could find the closest office there for Stewart Title to help you. That's right, title insurance, go to Stewart.com. The website will also answer any questions you want to think, maybe what is title insurance? What are the nuances to this? Stewart.com. It's very easy. Title insurance. Many people don't know we also have, quote, regular insurance. We have a company called Stewart Insurance. That's right. If you want home insurance, if you want insurance for your vacation home, your rental home, if you want motorcycle insurance, auto insurance, any of the, quote, regular insurances, business liability, cyber liability insurance, Stewart Insurance. That's stewartinsurance.com. They also are there to help you. A big part of our show here, they sponsor this show at Stewart Insurance. And again, that is regular home insurance. So if you're in the process of a real estate transaction, you want to get a quote, you got the renewal just like I did for my home insurance, it's time to call Stewart Insurance, stewartinsurance.com. It's real easy. In fact, one of the unique things about Stewart Insurance is they have a human being that will answer the phone. That's right. There's no automated thing. There's no bot or any of these other things. We have a human being. Most of the time, her name is Amber at Stewart Insurance. Simply call them at 866-798-2827. 866-798-2827. And again, the human and Amber will answer during regular business hours. Give them a call. Car renewal, home renewal, all those things, Stewart Insurance. And, of course, Stewart.com for your title insurance. We would be honored to be stewards of your real estate transaction. And as I mentioned, we have great business development people and also leaders in the industry. And we're going to talk to a few of them right now. First of all, Hope Moy, a regular contributor to the show. People love Hope. We get emails. I mean, my email box is exploding every time Hope is on the show, representing Conroe and Magnolia. Hope, you're back again.
I am back. Hi, Bill. How are you today?
It's just a little lead up there for you.
Thank you so much.
I'm out of breath.
That just takes my breath away.
There you go. So, first of all, Hope, you're doing tremendous work out there, just like the rest of our team. Let's tell people about the offices you represent.
So I am in Magnolia and Conroe in the Montgomery County area. My Magnolia office is off of 1488 at the intersection of 1488 and 2978. We have been there in that space for close to or coming on about 20 years. So we are very well known in that area. I have two fantastic escrow officers there, Kelly and Courtney. We have a great team in Magnolia. In Conroe, we are off of 336 and 105. Also have been in that location for many, many years with Michelle Taylor and Michelle Rogers. Also, many, many years in the business for my entire team.
Stewart Title in both of your areas is part of the local landscape. People drive by, they see our company, and you've been serving them, you and the team, for many years. And again, if you go back to when those the locations and offices first opened, boy, talk about growth, right?
The growth has been insane
and
in Montgomery County.
How long? Let's tell people.
I've been with Stewart Title for 12 years.
12 years?
I have.
Congratulations.
Yay.
That's a long time. So you've seen the growth like in an amazing way. Yeah.
I feel like I talk about the roads a lot when I'm on the radio.
You do. You say, we're at the corner. No. But you do because...
But people need to know. You need to know where I am. You need to know how to find us. A lot of people who have been in the area for a long time or you've never been to the area, I want you to know where we are. It's, we're a part of the community and we want to be there to serve you. For sure.
Also, let's say this. We use the term here on the show and around town. People hear us as they meet you and others, they meet me. I talk about business development people all the time. Our business, there are other title companies that have business development people, but no other title company has a team like ours.
I agree.
There's no question.
I agree.
Business development person like you and Chance, who we'll talk to in a minute, you're doing things that help the real estate professional further their business, inform them. Give us an idea of some of the things you're doing, because people say, oh, well, they're developing business. Yes, they're salespeople, but you're doing things to help.
Stewart Title has been around for 130 plus years. I think ultimately that speaks a lot for the company that we work for. So I think it starts from the top and comes down to us all day long. But, we're given the resources like none other to be a resource to our customers and to our clients. So whether it's technology, whether it's marketing tools, whether it's just to be a resource to walk them through the title process, or just be a friendly face at our office, I feel like we offer some of the best tools around Houston.
And a thing comes to mind where I talked to a realtor that was actually a very loyal Stewart Title, always brought her transactions to Stewart Title, and I mentioned a business development officer, and she says, well, no, I just work with so-and-so who's the escrow officer. And I'm thinking, wow, we're thankful for your business. Thank you so much. I said, but you really need to know about the business development person at this office, because there's things that they're doing that they're more than salespeople. There's things they're doing to help you further your business, to give you some extra knowledge, to serve your buyers and sellers. So anyway, the point is, if you're out there, you're a realtor, don't overlook the Stewart Title business development person. They're more than just developing business.
I agree.
Sounds like a commercial, didn't it?
It does.
But it's true.
Thank you for that.
No, tremendous work. But give us an example, Hope. Also classes. You're doing classes there.
Yes.
And fun activities.
All the fun activities. You get to bring amazing people to the radio show every Monday. Who else does that?
Nobody except us.
Other than that, we hold classes. We have fantastic marketing tools. We have great calculators. The list is very long. So, even now we have the classes coming up on the new seller's disclosure. That's brand new to the realtor and to what they have to do for their business. So we love putting stuff like that together to make sure that they're getting the education and the things that they need to be better at what they do.
Hope, I have a feeling right now there's people driving around or they're at their computer saying, man, I want to bring my next real estate transaction to Hope over there in Magnolia and Conroe. Yes. That's right. They're driving around. They're coming back from the lake. As the show's on Sunday. Yeah, they're coming back. They want to reach out to you. So what should they do if they want to get to know you and some of the things you're doing to help, and also if they want to bring the transaction?
So you should definitely call me. My number is 346-224-1908. Again, it's 346-224-1908. I would love for you to reach out to me and give me a call. I'd love for you to stop by one of our offices. Let me introduce you to my team. And let's just get to know each other.
Sounds good to me, Hope.
346-224-1908.
And now, speaking of Katy, Texas, and Fulshire, Chance is here. Chance Van Cleef. Chance, here you are. Welcome back to the show. It's good to see you. You're doing tremendous things too. Katy, Fulshire, let's tell people about what you're doing out there.
Well, first off, just want to say thank you for having me back. Happy to be here, Bill. You're always good. A pleasure to see you.
The red carpet rolls right out. Or maroon carpet, we'll say, as an Aggie. Okay.
Yeah. Well, so I control the Katy and Fulshire office for Stewart Title. For our Katy office, we're just off of 99 on Westheimer Parkway. Over for our Fulshire office, we are smack down right in the middle of downtown Fulshire.
I know you're wondering, but I was in Fulshire this past week, just a few days ago, okay?
Okay.
And I hadn't been there for maybe 4 months, and I what's the main road? But Westheimer Park or whatever it is. I'm heading out there. There is so much stuff going on. It looks like they're expanding the road.
Mm-hmm. They are. Yes, sir.
And on either side, we're talking about apartments. I see buildings and projects in the distance. And I'm thinking, this place is really growing.
Oh, it's constantly growing. The other week when we had Don and
their segment, by the way, got 4.5. I was going to say million, but 4,500 views just on the Fulshire Police Department and the mayor.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of them as I was driving out.
Mm-hmm. No, they're amazing people. But yeah, Fulshire is constantly growing. One of the fastest growing cities in Texas.
Well, and Hope was talking about the location of her offices. As I think about Stewart Title in Fulshire and in Katy, the Katy office is right off of 99. Pretty good location.
Mm-hmm. Very accessible, very easy to get to. And if you don't mind, I actually wanted to mention something. So next week on Tuesday, July 28th, if you're an agent listening, if you have a wife, if you have a husband that's an agent, or even if you have a friend that's an agent, I will be hosting a continuing education CE class. It will be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're going to be teaching about Facebook ads and navigating Facebook ads. No, it's a great thing to promote yourself, and it could be very beneficial for your business and helping you grow. So I highly recommend, if you're listening, I would love it for you to come by and come see it. It's if I can just mention the address real quick, it will be at 1606 Barrington Hills Lane in Katy, Texas. Zip code 77450.
And again, the date and what day of the week is that?
It will be on Tuesday, July 28th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
So all they have to do is reach out to you, and you can make it happen.
Yes, sir. And how you can do that is by giving me a call at 346-827-4588. And again, 346-827-4588.
And Chance, before you leave, give us a quick word. We talked about the Katy location. It's awesome, easy to get to. But Fulshire, you mentioned it's downtown Fulshire. Now, one of the things about Fulshire that some people may not know, it's got what's called a historic downtown Fulshire, right?
Historic.
And that's Stewart Title's right there in the history.
Yep,
and the heartbeat of Fulshire.
Just right there where it all started and how it just continues to grow. Just right around from that Pier 36 right there, smack down in the middle.
You know, and Captain McCoy, they love Stewart Title, and his brother, the mayor, Don. They tell me all the time.
Yeah, no, it was a pleasure having you on the show the other week, and they're amazing people. Love them. Happy to see what they're doing for the community over there.
Fulshire, Texas, Katy, super powerful locations. You know, if we could turn the clock ahead and just take a peek at the future 10, 20 years from now at Katy, Fulshire, it's going to be something.
Yeah, no, I'm excited
as all
to
of
see.
Houston will be.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to see where it's going to go. I mean, with the way it's at this rate, who knows what it's going to look like in 10 years' time.
Chance, let's tell people how they can reach you. Once again, the phone number is
346-827-4588, and again 346-827-4588.
Good to see you again, Chance.
Good to see you, Bill. Thank you so much.
And now, here he is. I talked about leadership at Stewart Title. We have tremendous leaders all the way around, every level. Our corporate office is here, by the way, as we're an international company. But right now, Mike Snyder is here. He leads the Katy, the Fulshire, Magnolia, Conroe, Tomball, you name it, inside the loop. Right, Mike, I don't know how you do it, but these are... Each one of these real estate areas in other places in the United States may be a whole state.
Yeah, you're right. These are some pretty large markets, from Sugar Land and Richmond out to Memorial and Cypress, Katy, Upper Kirby, Kingwood. I mean, those things are all different markets, and what's happening in one right now might be something completely different than what's happening in one of the other ones. Yes.
Absolutely.
A lot to keep up with.
Well, as you're on the show, you bring forth tremendous things. One of the things we talk about that you are doing great work in is the leadership, leading the team, but also you have a great perspective on the various markets. So, yeah, give us a little update, Mike.
Yeah, so, you've got markets. Somebody mentioned Galveston earlier. Not one of my markets, but that one, for example, has been really newsworthy in terms of how long houses are staying on the market. We're talking well over 100, if not hundreds, of days there. Well, you're in a market like, say, Katy or Cypress, and it's not quite as long. Those might be mid-40s or low 50s in days on market. Kingwood might be upper 90s right now. So those are all a little bit different. But here's what I'm seeing. Wherever the market is, if your house, if that listing is priced right, if it's ready to move in, And it's, of course, location's always important. You get those things right, and those houses are still selling very quickly, regardless of what market it is. But the houses that aren't, maybe they need a little bit of work. Maybe the price is a little bit high and the seller's kind of digging in on staying there at that price. When that's happening, buyers have some options, and so they're moving on. So those are the houses that will stick around a little bit and be on the market. And I've heard all around town, market's tough, market's sporadic, market's insert bad word here. Market's tough is what I've been hearing. And for many sellers, it is. But I think that's where leaning on your agent and the kind of the guidance they're giving you will help that sucker get off the market.
Yeah, and you talk about the agent. As a seller, before you enlist the services of the realtor to sell your house, while you have it listed. Now, I already saw, you're talking about, again, Katie, right by my house. There's been a home on the market listed by one of our friends from the show. It's on the corner. It's been on the market. As soon as I went to the open house, I said, man, this thing needs some work. It's probably going to sit a while, but it hasn't been on that long, and already they must have listened to the realtor. I'm imagining the roof. They put up a new roof.
Yep.
So you know what I do when that happens? 5 house, I'm out there with the magnet because I don't think the roofers pick up all the nails. So I am out there like people are like, what's he doing? That's not his house. I'm out there with the magnet because I don't want to get a tire or a flat tire. It happens.
It does.
But anyway, they're going to have a new roof, so maybe they'll sell the house quicker. But I'm going to be out there with the magnet probably tonight. I don't know.
All right. Well, I hope you find a lot of nails. I hope you find the ones that are out there anyway.
Well, I don't want them to go in your tire or mine. I found 9 already. Just saying. I'm not counting.
What's your record?
You don't want to know. When I used to live over here, I still have the box of nails, which is pretty much a cigar box. Yeah, over in Post Oak. Yeah, over 8 years though.
All right,
I collect
a valuable collection.
Well, I'm doing good is the way I look at it.
You are.
I'm preventing flat tires.
Yes, thank you. Your neighbors thank you.
I
also
hope they do.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, but that's right.
Yeah.
You got to improve the home. If you need a new roof, go ahead, put the new roof up, get the counters, all those things.
Yeah, you've got to do that stuff, and then when the house is ready, or if there are some things that you've got to do. That's when we were talking about our business development officers or our sales reps around Stewart. You've got the agent helping the sellers and the buyers, but you got the agents helping the sellers, and then you have our sales reps sitting there ready to help, and many times helping the agents with things like, well, have you tried this? Have you had this conversation with your seller? Because we're talking with agents every day that are having some of the same challenges and overcoming those challenges. And they have these conversations with them and they're like, you know what? I had a client the other day, had a very similar situation. When they started selling it this way, it really helped them. Or, hey, let me help you identify, an additional set of buyers around that house, or what's your strategy to get your next listing off of this one. So that's where I feel like our reps are really good at helping the agents that are helping the sellers or helping the buyers buy and sell houses.
I think that one of the things competition does, it does many things, but I think it helps the consumer, and that is there are so many real estate professionals in Houston. So one of the things that happens, other than each one gets a little bit better, it forces the real estate professional to be creative. So when you're talking about a home that's been on the market, if you look at the successful realtors out there, some of them are very creative and they get the house sold because of the marketing, because maybe they had this idea and it works. So we all are forced by competition to get a little better and a little sharper.
Absolutely. And we're competing. I mean, there's a lot of title companies in town and we're competing with those.
A few, yeah.
Also, and most of them have sales reps that people like. So where do we separate ourselves? And a lot of us have the same technology. But I feel like our reps know the technology to a point where when they hear you say something, when they hear an agent say something, they're like, hey, you said X. Are you talking about Y? Because I have something for you that I think would help you and would help your client. And I had this conversation with some agents in a open house the other day. They're like, oh, yeah, we have that app. I'm like, are you using it this way, though? And And they never thought of that. And being creative and working around these issues is a big thing that we do. It's a big thing that agents do. And I think our reps are really, really good at saying this is happening, this is an issue or a topic in our market, and I've got something for you, something creative, maybe something you haven't thought of. And that's how we're going out in the market and helping the agents with their business.
Mike, let's tell people, as you lead the team right here in Houston, our Northern Division, we'll call it, if someone wants to reach out to you, Mike Snyder, what should they do?
You can reach me at 713-261-0472. That's 713-261-0472.
Mike, good to see you again. Thanks for being with us.
Always good to be here, Bill. Thanks.
Well, as we wrap up the show, the ladies are back. Bonnie Porter, Dynamic Home Pro, and Eva and Gigi. Ladies, welcome back.
Hello.
Glad to be back.
Glad to be back.
All right, Eva, let's tell people the final word on the cookies. If someone wants to reach out, how do they buy the cookies online? They could be in California. They could be in Houston. You're going to sell cookies if they want them, right?
Yes.
What's the website?
EvaandGigi'sBakery.com. EvaandGigi'sBakery.com.
Take two. Is that right, Gigi?
Yes.
And you're a big part of the business, right?
Yes, sir.
It's exciting. What about school? You getting excited about it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Eva, are you excited about school?
Yes.
Super awesome. Bonnie, if someone needs help buying or selling real estate here in Houston, what should they do?
Give me a call at 832-297-2277 or reach me at on my website. It's www.dynamichomepro.com. 832-297-2277 because I love sevens.
Sevens are nice.
You know.
Thanks for being with us. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Thank you for having us. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, Oscar Martinez is back with Hudson Realty Partners. Oscar, before we close things down, let's remind people again, your expertise and where you're helping people the most is
Going to be retail and investment work, most specifically including multifamily and working with landlords to lease and sell their retail properties.
You're right on the pulse of what's happening in those categories, and that's saying a lot of stuff going on that you're helping people with.
A lot of moving parts, but it's what I love. It's what I'm best at, and I love working with clients and groups of investment groups to help them accomplish not only the real estate goals, but the goals of their companies and their people.
And the phone number is
936-270-1024. 936-270-1024.
And we say hello again to Stella.
Yes, sir.
Your
Stella.
daughter doing tremendous work.
She's doing fantastic. She's a junior pro golfer out there at Lake Windcrest in Magnolia.
Sounds good. Thank you, Oscar Martinez. And thank you all for listening to Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I am your host, Bill Knapik, right here to help you. Simply go to stewart.com/radio. That's right. You can see the show. You can see the great guests here today. You could even see the cookies at stewart.com/radio. Or you can go to the YouTube channel. Easy to remember. Radio Bill. Right there. Radio Bill. You don't even have to write that down. Check us out. We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to Real Estate Matters.
Perfect.
In today's litigious society, it is imperative to have the proper insurance to offset the many risks facing your business, especially if you're a real estate broker. Your errors and omissions and cyber liability insurance can help limit the threat of these risks if you know what to look for. Not sure if your insurance addresses the risks facing your business? Contact Stewart Insurance to be confident your brokerage can withstand these risks. Stewart Insurance, 866-798-2827. StewartInsurance.com. That's StewartInsurance.com or call 866-798-2827.